Reddit tree presents paranormal activities. First event. A visit from an elderly woman. When I was 14, my friend and her brothers and I were asked by her recently passed elderly neighbor's son to help clean out her house, and he'd pay us cash for helping. Us being teens said yes, of course. He gave us a quick run through, which was basically clean out the house of all belongings, as the house was to be sold. So my friend I started upstairs. I went to the woman's bedroom. Started boxing clothes from the dresser, etc. Finished doing that, then it was time to go to the closet. Everything was going well until I pulled out the second to last chunk of clothes. After I put the clothes down on the bed and turned back to the closet, an elderly woman walked out of the closet and out the bedroom door and was gone. I remember vividly her permed white hair, purple pants, white shirt and matching purple jacket. I never had run so fast in my life, even though her presence was calm. When I came outside to my friend's brothers and the woman's son, they all wondered why I was scared and paled out. I explained what happened, and the son said the woman and outfit I described was his mom. After calming down, I did manage to go back to her room to finish my job, but I did tell her, "Thank you for making your presence known, but I'd appreciate if you didn't do that again." I have many more paranormal experiences / stories of close friends and family. This was the first and only time I've ever seen a spirit. Second event. I think I saw a demon. This was my senior year of high school a few years back. I was 18 at the time. I did marching band all 4 years in high school. One night after a competition, I went on a late night drive with my best friend. We were just having some good homie talk, and neither of us were under the influence of anything. We decided to take a loop around the high school, as he was about to drop me off for no reason, just because we were driving randomly without a destination. As we pulled in, we both saw something that made us freak out. I don't believe in ghosts, or spiritual stuff, like healing crystals / tarot cards, and am usually a denier when I see ghosts caught on camera. The road we were driving down had a brick fence that ran all the way down the right side, and in the left side of the road there was the racquetball courts, baseball fields, and some parking. All of a sudden I saw a massive, at least 8 to 10 feet black figure that was too big to be human, fly over the fence, directly above and in front of us both. Then the figure proceeded to flap its wings over into the fields, disappearing into the night. There were some street lights and I was able to make out part of it, and it made a clear flying motion. It had moved to fluidly to mechanical. Also eliminated the possibility of it being a kite, because it was not windy and no one could have kept up with the speed of that thing. It looked like it had black feathers and curled horns, very similar to those of a ram. My friend slammed on his brakes and we both looked at each other, freaking out, trying to figure out what we just saw. We both were in awe and we both had undeniably seen it. He pulled a quick 180 as we tried to figure out what it was. We went back to his house completely in shock that we got a sight of the foreign flying massive creature. We still talk about it occasionally when we meet up, and we even have gone back a couple of times late at night to try and catch a sight of it again, but we haven't. I think about it frequently. I had told another one of my buddies about what we saw, and about a year later the same friend I told had sent me a screenshot of the exact location of where we saw this thing, in an app that detected dark anomalies, and now I question everything. I put my right hand on the Bible and swear on my life when I say I saw that spooky MF. Last but not the least event. My ghost experiences. When I was 8, my parents built a house in a suburban neighborhood on a lake in Florida. I usually felt uneasy at night. One night I woke up to my metal dump truck slamming down loud enough to wake me. I spent most of my time playing video games in my room. One night I heard screaming coming from the living room, like my parents were watching a scary movie. I jumped up and ran to go see because I like scary movies. When I made it to their bedroom it was pitch black, and they were in the kitchen taking. I asked them if they heard anything or if they were watching a movie. They just looked at me with a confused look on their faces. I also heard a random laugh while I was in my room. They said they used to hear footsteps on the roof at night. Flash forward to this house in Baton Rouge, Louisiana when I was 13. It was on an old plantation road called Highland. It had a long rectangle shape and was on stilts, kind of like a trailer. 50 feet next to a graveyard on the left side of the home if you were facing it from the street. The home had a strange layout, like it wasn't originally built for people to live in. There was this electrical wall socket that was in my room. It was almost to the ceiling. Like it was meant for some kind of equipment like life support or some other type of machine. From the front porch you walk into the living room. Going straight leads into the kitchen and dining room, separating the living room by a single wall and doorway. To the left of the front door is a bedroom, the one bathroom, and my room. All connected by a small hallway. My room also had a second door that lead into the dining room/kitchen area. Almost like it was part of the hallway. First thing I noticed was the odd wall socket, of course, then I found a glow-in-the-dark sticker on the wall with a list of emergency numbers. Fire department, police, ECT. My room also had access to the attic via a small pull-down staircase ladder. Sometimes when I woke up in the morning my closest door would be open. It happened so often that I would intentionally make sure it was closed before going to bed and it would be open when I woke in the morning. I was alone one night and I heard a loud scratching sound outside on my window. I didn't investigate it because it was terrifying. May have been a person, but didn't want to find out. The only light switch in my room snapped off one night, so now I couldn't turn my lights on. Adding to the creepiness factor. The final thing is I was in a dead sleep, and abruptly woke and sat up like I was late for school. I saw a black mist floating over my bunk bed. I couldn't even see the ceiling. The mist disappeared. Then my bed shook hard like someone jumped off it, the stool I used to get up the bed slammed against it. Then I heard the boxes under rustling around as if something was hiding. Additionally, my mom and sister claimed to hear knocking on the front door every night at the same time. I believe it was an old funeral home. My room must have been where they kept the casket. Which would explain the layout. Such as the two doors that acted as a hallway. After living there I moved in with my dad back to Florida. I was 16. He practiced witchcraft, but I don't think he knew what he was doing. The apartment always felt weird at night. I didn't really experience anything like that old place. I just heard a high-pitched noise coming from the dark living room. It was similar to the noise you heard in your ear after a loud sound. My sister was with me and she heard it as well. Freaked us both out, so we closed and locked the bedroom door. Lastly, I'm 30 now. At my previous apartment I had a picture of me and my ex on the nightstand moved to the floor and was placed upright on the carpet. After that I got a little drunk and came home. Started yelling in the dark, "This is my place, piss off." Nothing happened after that. I had reoccurring dreams about those places. Nothing in particular, just surreal versions of them. Except for my most recent dream where I heard something say they don't like you because they can't possess you.